Hi, this is Ali Murphy, voice actor, and you're listening to DDO Players News Podcast.
Good day, everyone. This is Pilot Niels, and welcome to DDO Players News, where we take a look at plays with the DDO and on the tabletop. And please welcome my host from Ravenloft, Draculata.
Hey now, everybody. How's it going?
Hello there, Drac. How are things going on in Barovia?
Same mist, same day. Over
I
over.
thought that the mist was moving or something like that.
No. Now we have the heat elementals back in again. So there's like fire elementals going on. There's probably red dragons out there. Who knows what's happening out in Barovia right now? It's like 110 degrees outside. It's like things are weird right now.
Right. I'm beginning to think that lake that they put Barovia next to is making it dangerous.
That could be a possibility. Or somebody ticked off the Bastani again. Not sure which.
Well, I heard that the Vistani are transferring all over the place and creating all sorts of disruptions to the land.
Oh, there is disruptions. All right. We'll talk about that.
Yes. Let's then head into our game news, which will begin with update 74.1.1. And I presume they were doing some tweaks in here of some sort?
That is all it is. It's tweaks to the whole server merge process. Yeah, it's going as well as we expected it would. Yay. I mean, I kind of kid, but it hasn't been great.
Well, actually, I think it's been a little...
To be honest, I was joking before. To be honest, I think it has gone a lot smoother than I expected it to go. There was some hiccups right at first, of course, which was, that's par for the course. But it seems like things now have gotten a little mellowed out a little bit, and things are moving a little quicker, a little smoother.
I think maybe with the transfers themselves, but it seems like the servers take a bigger hit.
Oh, yeah.
There's a whole group of people transferring in than they did on the Lotro side.
Yeah.
Either that or the server we transfer to is, I'm going to call the Orcrist of DDO, where Orcrist was the server where everybody went to, and as a result, it became bogged down.
Yeah, no, the issue is with your Lotro ones, you didn't have the packing and the unpacking aspects of it. So, right. Yeah, that's why the servers are really, really laggy and not great right now, is because everybody is packing and unpacking, and they're creating their guilds with their unpack, and they're creating their guild ships with their unpack, and yeah, it's pretty noticeable. It was even noticeable. I was playing Friday night, and you can still tell there's a bunch of people doing that. So hopefully, that will level out as well.
I saw it happen quite a bit yesterday. It made the game at some points unplayable.
Oh yeah.
Yesterday, and in fact, I failed a couple of quests yesterday because during a boss fight, it went for 5 minutes of everything moving, and by the time it stopped, I was dead.
Yep.
And,
and like I said, that's just from people unpacking and
right.
And then
today, it was smooth.
Okay, so that's and probably I bet it would depend too when you're playing, if it's like peak hours or not, because that's when probably most people would be in their shared bank. They'd be doing their unpacking. So I guess let's wait it out another week or so and see if that smooths out. Their SSG is pretty sure that's what the issue is. It's still just the servers are just getting hammered with all of that stuff that has to happen behind the scenes, and that's taking up, unfortunately, server resources, which makes gameplay not so fun.
It does not help that we have all this happening with, I think it was a month and a half in which to get everybody moved over.
Yeah, that's another thing that kind of was like, well, let's just do this all at once and hope for the best, and let's see what happens. But yeah, we did have that little update, 74 1.1, as you said. Pretty much this was all to do with the new 64-bit servers and the transfer process. The Life Shaper is no longer allowing a character to start a reincarnation progress that is destructive to that character's packed data. Players should unpack their characters prior to reincarnation.
Why are people doing things like this?
Because people, I don't know.
They know that the whole thing with reincarnation has a bad interaction with it.
You would think, yes. That would be something you would assume, and you would think so. But here we are talking about it. So now you can't even do it. So they're just like, no, we're just turning it off. You can't even do it. So yeah, so I don't know. Guild members who experienced any issues unpacking due to a change in guild leadership after they packed should now be able to unpack and rejoin the guild. Guess that happened to some people. That was like the leader. I saw that on the forums. The leader of their guild switched their guild leadership to somebody else and then left the guild, and it kind of put everything in limbo because all the packed data went with him, but he wasn't the leader of the guild anymore. So that technically wasn't, I guess it was a mess, but I guess they did some workaround for that. So that should be fixed now as well. They have developed a solution for customer support to assist players who disconnected during the packing process and cannot transfer data due to the state that their packing character is in. This work is going to allow customer support to assist these players. Guess it's a very edge case. Some people either A, didn't wait it out long enough, or maybe did get disconnected during the process, and I guess it did some bad things behind the scenes. They fixed something to where customer support can look and go, okay, here you go, boom, you should be fixed.
It must have been players who had particularly large amounts to pack, because usually whenever I packed, I guess I had such little stuff in there that the packing was done before I could even hope to try to log out.
Yeah, my longest one took, I think, 2 minutes, maybe like minute and a half, 2 minutes. Most of my characters were 15, 20 seconds to pack, though. It didn't take very long at all.
I guess those with maybe 20 lives or something like that have had real complications.
I had like two characters that maybe took a minute to 2 minutes, something like that. I would say the longest I had to wait for a pack was maybe 2 minutes.
Okay.
Other than that, it was just pretty quick. They also corrected a issue with the portal inside the Snapping Lion Inn in Saltmarsh. That's going to allow more people to use the portal at the same time. So apparently the portal was like, I'm only going to let X amount of people use me at once. And that's probably not a good thing. So that is now fixed.
I suspect that under normal load, that's probably never been a problem before.
Probably not. That's what probably made that issue come up, is just the stressor servers are going under, and then say X, I don't know what the number is, but let's just for fun say 10 people tried to use that portal at the same time, and the game was like, nope, not doing it. So yeah, so that's fixed. Once again, they never said the number, but I think you're correct, though. I think that was just an edge case from all the transfers going through. They have now added a text into the initial display when the character does the transfer pack command on the old game worlds. The line is now going to read, "Packing data for world transfer. Please wait until you receive the message. This character was packed for transfer with a timestamp before you log out of the character." So that's just going to stop people from doing what we said before, like just doing transfer pack and then quitting the game and then going into another character and do transfer pack. You got to wait for your character to actually pack first. Yeah.
No, that's going to warn them. That's not going to stop them well, the next thing might stop them, I think.
Yes, the next thing is going to stop them. If a character is in the process of packing or unpacking, you will no longer be able to log out, at least through the in-game menus. Log out will instead present a message to you. Your character is currently packing or unpacking for transfer. Please remain logged in. It's not going to stop you from force closing the game client or just turning your computer off or whatever, but at least you can't go to the menu and do log out. It's going to say, nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Bad things will happen. Don't do it. The base character bank slots have also increased from 20 to 80. So yay, more character bank slots. Always a good thing.
Yeah, that's nice.
And the Alabaster Lioness and the Saltmart VIP tickets should now deliver their expected benefits on Thrain, Shadowdale, and Moonsea. Guess there was a issue where some people were not getting those items delivered when they moved over. That should now be fixed. It seems like to me this very same issue happened when Cormier opened up as well. I remember that being an issue on Cormier too. So apparently it's something with the 64-bit worlds, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is, but apparently it's now fixed. So you should have all of that stuff. I would say if you don't, contact customer support. They should be able to sort that out for you. But keep in mind, they're a little busy right now.
Yeah. Right now, there's going to be a real fun one they have on the other game side that they're not going to have on DDO.
Oh.
And that is that apparently the Angmar server, which is our first 64-bit server we ever had, that's in New Jersey.
Oh, that's fun.
And if we had any doubts that the New Jersey data center was closing down, it is to say that they are going to have to move that.
So they got to move that server physically to Las Vegas.
Yeah, they got to move that server to Vegas on August 31st. So.
Well, there you have it. I guess proof, as it were.
I was thinking that maybe the data server was just shutting down all of their 32-bit systems or something like that, maybe, and that the data center was still going to exist. No, it looks like that whole place is shutting down.
Well, either that or SSG's contract just ended or something.
Or SSG's contract is. Yeah, it could have to do
it could be the whole place is closing down too, but my gut feeling is, and just being in the IT world, that I'm guessing their contract ended and they didn't renew their contract. So that's why the hard, you're done this date.
Yeah, because I guess I just thought originally that that SSG, I think the SSG's plan wasn't originally to have the contract end code on August 31st.
No, I don't think so either. I'm, and once again, this is conjecture on our parts. There's no data to back this up. Not privy to any information, anything like that. Yeah, I think something happened and that contract ended, and it was just like, oh, we got to move quicker than we were going to.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but that's interesting that they actually had that 64-bit server there and not, that's interesting.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't think they had the 64-bit server, I think, until I think Cormier was was it Cormier was the first one that was in Las Vegas?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Cormier opened up at the new data center, I assume.
Right. Because I do know that they were talking about it being in Las Vegas. Back when they were first opening it up.
Yeah. So there you have it. Well, along with the world transfers and all that fun stuff, we've got some cool coupon codes that everybody can use. We've talked about this code before, but I just want to make sure everybody knows about it if you haven't used it yet. 100 slots, 100 SLOTS. That's going to get you 100 shared bank slots. You can use that once per account. That one is good till August 31st. So hurry and use that before that ends, because 100 shared blank slots, a good thing. especially with all this moving and putting stuff here and putting stuff there and taking stuff out of banks. And yeah, that's a good code. We also got a new one that is good through December the 31st. You can use this one 10 times. It is My Last Name Is. My Last Name Is. And that is going to do just what you think it's going to do. It's going to let you change your last name in-game if you would like. People were having an issue with this. I don't know. My characters don't have last names, so I never bothered me. But apparently, a lot of people wanted to change their last name, or there was name conflicts and stuff. I don't know. It's just weird. But
yeah, because I didn't think that there was such thing as name conflicts with.
I didn't think
last name.
I didn't think the surname there was either, but apparently there must be. So that is now fixed. Now, if you have that issue, use that code 10 times, 10 different characters. You can change your name. Or you can just change your name if you want to change your name.
Because I know that I have multiple characters with the same surname.
Yeah, that's...
Now, it might be last names didn't transfer across or something?
I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what the issue is, but I just know I saw a bunch of forum posts. People were like wanting to change their name, or they had to change their last name, and I'm like, why is everybody changing their last name? But comment on the video, on the post, podcast@ddoplayers.com, send us an email. Was this a bigger issue than we thought it was? Because I don't understand this whole situation with like I said, my character, I don't have last names on mine, but anyway. And then the final code we want to highlight is also active through December 31st. You can use these codes once per account. And it is going to let you receive one copy of every color of cosmetic type for your airship. So it's going to be, you're going to get the hull, the stain, the sail, and the ring. So keep in mind, you're going to get 5 items, 6 items, and 7 items. So make sure you got some inventory room, because you're going to get a copy of one of each of those items in your inventory. And then once you're on your ship, click whatever color you want, and then you can have that color on your ship. So let's say you never had any colors at all because you never bought them, you're getting them free now. Or if you're some people were having issues with that stuff didn't transfer over, so that's why they did these codes. So the codes are Airship Ring 2, Airship Hull 2, Airship Stain 2, and Airship Sail 2, and that is the number 2. So it's the word and the number. So it's Airship Ring 2, Hull 2, Stain 2, Sail 2. And once again, you got to get 5 items, 6 items, and 7 items. And it's basically just a copy of every color cosmetic. So you're going to get a red, a yellow, a green, etc., etc. And then you can pick the color. And then the rest they're bound to account, so you could put them in your character bank if you would like. If maybe you want to have your ship green for a while and then you want to switch it over to yellow, you have it. If not, you can throw that stuff away. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. But just keep in mind, once per account.
All right. Now, concerning the question about surnames again, here's an example of probably some of the things that led to it.
Okay.
There was apparently way early in the days, Turbine, before they fixed this, they were allowing single letter surnames. And
okay.
So, but the thing is, though, is that when you transfer, any surnames you have are checked again to see whether or not they're legal. So some people have these surnames which were legal at the time they created them.
Gotcha, but now they're not like gotcha.
Right, they're no longer legal anymore, so they get transferred in, and they have all sorts of problems in there. So one person here was telling his character now has a surname of C-1.
Okay, gotcha.
And he didn't mind C because he was a bard, so it's a reasonable
Just doesn't have the same ring to it. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't realize you could actually do just one. Okay.
Well, it was way back in the early days. It's that there's some surnames that were legal when the characters were made, but are not legal now. Some of those people with names like that were getting their renamed, forced renames on them. So I have a feeling that the rename coupons relate to issues like that.
Okay, that makes total sense then. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Very well then. Now, I heard that you were going to a special event next weekend, and that there's going to be a meetup in relation to that.
There is. It is Gen Con time. Yay, Gen Con. We are going to talk about Gen Con in a little bit, but Standing Stone Games is also going to be a Gen Con, and they're hosting a community meetup. This is for Lotro and DDO players. So, and from what Cordovan had said, it's about half and half. So about half of the people that responded were for Lotro, half that responded were for DDO, and then there was a select number of people that were like, hey, I play both games. But anyway, so Lotro or DDO, come to the game, to the meetup, have a good time at Gen Con. This is happening Friday night, so that's going to be August 1st. It's running from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's going to be at Punch Bowl Social. That is right downtown in Indianapolis. It's just a couple blocks around the corner from the convention center. You do not need a Gen Con badge. This is not a quote-unquote Gen Con event. It's just happening at Gen Con, but you don't need a Gen Con badge to get into this. So if you find yourself in Indy, if you find yourself close to Indy, you can stop by and say hi. You might have to wait a little bit. They were doing RSVPs, and they are now full. But Cordovan did say that they can probably let more people come in. It just depends on Punch Bowl Social and like how many people they want to let in, because there's like a fire code. They can only have so many people in, so they kind of want to have their business open for other people that aren't there just for the party. So if you didn't RSVP, you might have to wait to come in. You might have to wait till some people leave or whatever. So, but if you just happen to be in Indy or you're near Indy, you can maybe drive to Indy at a reasonable drive for yourself. Friday nights, August 1st, 6 to 9, Punch Bowl Social. Keep in mind, Punch Bowl Social is a venue that does serve alcohol. You do not need to be 21 to enter the establishment. But, of course, if you're going to drink, you got to be 21 years of age.
You don't have to? Oh, you don't have to be?
No.
Okay, Cordovan was thought that you had to be after a certain time of night.
Maybe that's, let me look real quick. Hold on.
But of course, Cordovan could be thinking of Boston Code or something like that.
It used to be with Punch Bowl. You could, I'm looking on their site now, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it used to be with.
Probably could.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, there was also a little problem in that they apparently over the weekend when they were having this up, they went past the expected number of RSVPs. So if those with RSVPs, they're hoping that not everybody who RSVP'd that they're coming is going to show up at exactly 6 o'clock, because
right, yeah,
that could be a problem. And if you don't have one, wait till well after 6. Yeah.
Bring your kids. All are welcome at Punch Bowl Social. Keep in mind, Fridays and Saturdays, it's open till all ages until 10 p.m. After that, you must be 21 to join the fun.
Okay.
So yeah,
10 p.m.
It's 10 p.m., which is after the DDO and Lotro party. That's what I thought. I'm going to say it used to be Punch Bowl Social. Anybody could get in, because it's like if the easiest way to describe Punch Bowl Social is it's sort of like a Dave and Buster's, if you know what that is. It's like they have a bar, they serve food, they have a bowling alley in there, they have arcade games. So it's like a restaurant bar with a bowling alley and arcade games. So it's pretty much family friendly.
Okay, it's designed to be a friendly. Yeah, I
Yes.
was thinking about that when there was something that Cordovan read concerning that place that made it sound like it was more likely to be family friendly. I think
It
it's the
is.
fact that the ticket that you get for the drink could be either alcoholic
Yes.
or non-alcoholic.
Yes.
which-
And then Standing Stone Games is going to provide you with one drink ticket. And as you said, that can be alcoholic or non-alcoholic. And then after that, any drinks is on you. And then they're also going to have like some food there as well. Basically just little like, like wings, chips, stuff like that. That's what they, at least couple the last time they had one of these meetups was like, I think 3 years ago. And it seems like they had like wings and chips and trying to think of what else was there. It was quite the impressive little spread of food. And then, yeah. So there you go. And
Okay.
I know a couple DDO content creators / streamers are going to be there. Besides myself, I know Axel is going to be there, and Voodoo Spice. I know for sure. Those are the only two that I know for sure are going to be there. And then Cordovan, Tolero, and Severlin, I forgot his name. That is terrible. Are all going to be there from SSG. That's all that I know for sure that's going to be there from SSG. I don't know if any other devs are going to be there, but that's all that Cordovan had said was just those three.
I suspect that the devs themselves are going to be too busy working
probably
on an expansion.
Probably. There's a little bit of stuff happening in the game right now with expansion, and then sounds like next week we're also going to get a Lamania. That's gonna drop. So yeah, it's a busy time in DDO land right now.
Yeah. So between transfers and Lamania, yeah, I have a feeling the devs are going to be
exactly.
busy.
So come meet Cordovan, Sev, Tolero, me, Voodoo Spice, Axel. Like I said, those are only 3 DDO streamers and content creators that I know they're going to be there. But if you're there, say hello. You'll know me because I'll have the DDO player shirt on. I got a shirt made with our logo, so you'll know me.
Okay.
You'll know me if you know the logo that we use for the podcast and on the website with the dragon and the fire and the DDO players. You'll be like, that's him. That's the guy. That's me.
All right.
I'll be the one in the corner drinking because of my social anxiety. I'll be like, hi. And then I'll be like, more alcohol, please. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm already like, oh, God, I'm already like crying, rocking in the corner. Just my anxiety is too much already. And I'm not even there yet, but it's fine. It'll be fine.
See, you at least can make it there.
Well, that's the truth.
All right. Let's have a go and have a look at what's coming in from the dungeon. Where introducing the Stranger Things. Welcome to the Hellfire Club D&D box set.
Yeah. I'm just like, did we really need another starter type set for D&D? But sure. Do we need another Stranger Things one? Sure. Yeah, Hasbro WotC did announce the Welcome to the Hellfire D&D box set. This one's coming out on October 7th, perfectly timed to add to the hype of the 5th and final season of Stranger Things. Fans of the hit Netflix series are going to know exactly what they're in store for with the Hellfire Club. Of course, it's Hawkins High School's official Dungeons & Dragons club, famously led by the charismatic and metal-loving Dungeon Master Eddie Munson. The club did play a pivotal role in Season 4, so if you watch Season 4, you'll know exactly what's happening. The Stranger Things D&D starter set, which released a couple years ago, focused on the Mike Wheeler's original campaign from season 1. So this box set is going to bring players into the world of Eddie Munson and his unfinished adventures that he was doing. So you're going to get the chance to, quote, finish what Eddie started, unquote. It's going to have 4 unique adventures, a welcome letter from Eddie, a quick start guide, pre-generated characters, character and monster tokens. Of course, you're going to have some cards for your magic items, your monsters, and your spells, some handouts and some poster-sized maps, and a double-sided Gray Hawkins poster. They're calling this a true collector's item. Yeah, okay. This set will feature a double-sided poster. One side will depict Gray Hawkins, Eddie's imagined realm from Stranger Things, while the other side is going to showcase a Hellfire Club poster. There you have it. So there you go. If you're a fan of the Netflix show Stranger Things, you're a fan of D&D, or you just want to have some cool new adventures, quote unquote, I guess. Here you go. You can pre-order this now at your local game store or on Amazon. Once again, this is set to drop on October 7th.
All right. And I heard that there's also something for Thundercats fans also.
I am so excited about this. Yeah, we're getting a Thundercats RPG. Like, did I know I wanted a Thundercats RPG? No, I did not. Am I excited for a Thundercats RPG? Yes, I am. We don't know much about this yet. This was sort of soft announced at the beginning of Comic-Con. Actually, leading up right to Comic-Con, they announced this. We do know it's crafted by Lindbander Studios. They're known for their work with Dynamite Entertainment. They work with them on the Reanimator game. Lindbander Studios also did the Buffy the Vampire board games, which those were actually pretty good board games. So I don't know anything about their RPG work, but I know based on their board games, it's good. It is going to be firmly based on the iconic 80's animated cartoon. It's going to have all of the familiar cast of characters you figure is going to be there. Lion-O, Chitara, Tigra, Pumra, and of course Mumra also going to be there as well. It's going to have a 250-page rulebook. They said that maybe a little more. They're aiming for 250 pages. Not much to go on the mechanics or anything like that, so we don't know what type of system it's going to be. If it's going to be a brand new system, if they're going to base it off of another system. More information to come, and they didn't even say if this was going to be like kickstarted or any crowdfunded or it's going to go straight to retail. They didn't talk a lot about this. They just said, hey, we're bringing a Thundercats RPG, and I said, take my money. Like I said, I didn't know I wanted one until I got this press release, and I'm like, okay, I want a Thundercats RPG, because how cool would that be? Because Thundercats are just my childhood. So don't screw it up, Lindbander. Don't screw it up. Thank you.
Let's then see what's on the tabletop. We have some winners announced for the 2025 Spiel des Jahres awards, and what games that I'd never heard of won this year.
yeah, pretty much. The Kinderspiel went to Endeavor Deep Sea. This is published by Frosted Games and Board Game Circus. It is an atmospheric cooperative ocean explorer game that immerses players in developing sustainable projects and preserving marine life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Immersing them in water, apparently.
Apparently. Then again, I have never heard of this game, but okay. Congratulations, you won the Kinderspiel. The Kinderspiel Children's Game of the Year, if you didn't know, is... okay, I'm going to attempt to pronounce this. Pineleaf is probably going to laugh at me. I should just have you do this.
No, because I'm probably just as bad as you are, whatever language.
I'm going to say Top Die Tort. Close enough? Maybe?
Toop de Tort? I don't know.
Toop de Tort? Toop de Tort? Anyway, it's by Wolfgang Warsch from Schmidt Spiel. It's a delightful cake building game, offers creative and accessible experience for children, encouraging imaginative play and strategic thinking in a family-friendly format. Okay.
Okay, so that'll be... Would that translate into top... Because I think there are... I wonder if... I think there is a type of pastry called a torte.
Yeah,
so probably came from the German word then.
I mean, I know that just from watching like cooking shows and British Bake Off. They always make torts. So yeah. So I guess so top of the tort. I guess top of the cake. Top of the cake. Sure. I'm not exactly sure what die would be. That's
their definite I think is that the definite article I think for them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm assuming it's German because it's by like I said Schmidt Spiel and by Wolfgang Warsch. So guessing German, it looks German. And of course the biggie, the Spiel des Jahres, went to Bomb Busters. That is published by Pegasus Spiel. This is a cooperative bomb disposal game. Has been praised all throughout the board game community for its initiative gameplay, intense scenarios, and engaging team-based challenges. Players work together to defuse a bomb by identifying and cutting the correct wires before time runs out. I have heard of Bomb Busters. I have never played it, but at least this one I've heard of. This is the only one of the three that I actually know what it is.
All right.
And from what I hear, if you want to buy Bomb Busters, good luck. You can't buy it anywhere. It's sold out everywhere.
Well, yes. Doesn't that usually happen?
That exactly what happens with the Spiel.
If I remember correctly, that I had bought Cascadia as soon as it was nominated.
That's the smart thing to do, actually. Because if they're even nominated, they tend to usually sell out. So you were very proactive in that.
Right. Then let's navigate the realm of the desktop. Your essential guide to Gen Con 2025. And since you're planning on being there, I suppose you researched this thoroughly.
I did. And this is from years and years and years of experience. Yeah, this is just a little fun guide I put up. If you've never been to Gen Con and you're like, what do I do? Where do I go? How do I do this? Read this. This will give you some tips. This is just my tips on what to do. And you could translate this into really any convention. This is Gen Con specific, but a lot of the stuff you could take and use for any convention. So yeah.
I think that you're just happy that it's being held in Indianapolis and not in some lake city like Gary.
Sure.
because it seems like you're always getting thunderstorms up where you live.
I mean, there's other reasons why I'm glad it's not in Gary, but we won't go into that right now.
Okay. Sorry.
If you know, you know.
Okay. I chose that city because A, it's the only one on the lake that I could name off the top of my head. And two, of course, the name Gary, just because.
Well, sure. I know where you were going, but it's somebody that is from Indiana. Yeah, let's not have it in Gary.
Let's not talk about that. Okay,
yeah, exactly. So yeah, go, like I said, read this guide, enjoy Gen Con if you're going. Come see me at the party. If not, come see me elsewhere. I'll be all around the place. We've got 6 interviews scheduled with game companies. I'm playing in 5 events, 5 games. I'm actually playing 6 or 7 game interviews. Hopefully the tech gods are with me and the camera actually works this year.
Wait, hold. Is that what happened to last year's recording?
Yes. Yeah, don't you remember? Yeah, I lost everything the last 2 years. Have a brand new camera now. I bought a brand new camera, so hopefully, fingers crossed, Camera's going to work. Microphone's going to work. SD cards aren't going to die. I brought brand new SD cards. Got brand new microphones. We're all ready to go. So we'll see. So, yep. Like I said, got stuff scheduled. Got games scheduled. Just looking forward to Gen Con, as always. It's always a good time. So if you're there, if you see me walking around, say hello.
Your complete guide on what to do and what not to do. It seems like it might recommend you to hydrate.
Yes, that is my number one rule. Keep yourself hydrated, because it's hot. It's Indiana. It's hot. It's humid. It's horrible. The state sucks. Hydrate yourself.
Okay.
And then get sleep. That's the other number 2 rule. Sleep. Don't just sleep.
Don't do all-nighters.
And hygiene. Hygiene is important too. Like, I shouldn't have to tell adults this, but hygiene, people. Hygiene.
All right, then let's head on to the screen. When we need to prepare for immersion, 9 Inch Nails to score Tron Ares soundtrack.
Yes, there's a new Tron movie that was announced. Did we need a new Tron movie is the question. The trailer looks pretty good, but the soundtrack is going to be flippin' amazing, because it's going to be done by 9 Inch Nails, and it's actually 9 Inch Nails, which is the exciting part of this news.
As opposed to
normally what happens is Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, who Trent, of course, is who founded 9 Inch Nails, the man behind 9 Inch Nails, and Atticus Ross has been with him in 9 Inch Nails for years. They're the ones that usually do all the film scores. And when they do film scores, which they have done a bunch of them, like Soul, Gone Girls, Social Network, those are all done by Trent and Atticus, and it's scored by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. This is actually coming out from 9 Inch Nails, which is interesting. He's never actually done a soundtrack as 9 Inch Nails, and this is going to be the first 9 Inch Nails album in 5 years, which is also exciting too. So you can check out the trailer for the movie to get a little glimpse of this, as the song As Alive As You Need Me to Be is the first single from this. It's also available for streaming. It is featured heavily in the trailer as well. It's going to have 24 tracks. Soundtrack is going to be out September 19th. It's up for pre-order right now. You can get it on special edition vinyl, black vinyl, CD, and of course streaming as well. So go pre-order it. This is pretty exciting news. And the special edition vinyl is amazing, but it already sold out. So if you didn't pre-order, you missed out, but it looks awesome. Well. Looks awesome.
Then let's go and relive the golden age of gaming with the Atari X Pac-Man collection. Do we need a Pac-Man collection?
Did you need a yellow Atari 2600? Sure, you did. Did I want this? No. Do I need this? Probably. Am I going to order this? Maybe. Yeah, Banco Namco and Atari are teaming up to celebrate the history of Pac-Man. Originally issued for the Atari 2600 way back in 1982, quickly became the console's best-selling title. I can talk, really, I can. So this collection is the Atari X Pac-Man collection. It's going to be an Atari 2600 that is going to be in Pac-Man yellow. It's not just your standard 2600 though. This is going to feature HDMI output. So no more little RF connection for your Atari. You can do an HDMI output. And once again, like I said, this is featured in Pac-Man Yellow. Also going to feature several different joysticks, Pac-Man Yellow. And then they're also going to have joysticks for each of the ghosts that were in the Pac-Man game. So, all the ghosts were colored. You can get a joystick for each of those colored Ghost as well. There's also going to be a limited edition high score cartridge collection come out. It's going to be a 70 for the Atari 7800 and 2600. It's going to feature several games and some extras. So there you go. You can pre-order this now over on the Atari website. Let's see if these sold out yet. I don't think they have. As of last time I looked, nope, they are still available. You can still pre-order them for $169.99. Yeah, I kind of want this, actually. Like I said, did I know I wanted this? Not really, but I kind of want this.
Okay, then let's into our weekend gaming. Drac, what were you up to?
Well, did some DDO, and that was Cruising with Drac. We had our 60th episode, which is crazy to me because who would have thought Cruising with Drac would have lasted for 60 episodes? But here we are. I will link the gameplay video over on Beaker's Twitch stream in the show notes. I haven't linked it yet in the show notes, but I will. We did the Mines of Tethiamar. We did the first 3 quests. We did Graveyard Shift, Records of the Past, and Third Time's Charm. We did that on our new home of Shadowdale. Yay, Shadowdale. Went okay-ish. It was a little laggy here and there. A couple times it was real laggy. But overall, it was, it was all right. Hopefully that'll get better, though. As we said earlier in the show, it's people moving and unpacking and doing all sorts of things. So hopefully that will get better. And then on the tabletop, got some board gaming in. Played Halo Flashpoint and Night Shift. You can look over on the site, and I did reviews for both of those, so you can see those reviews over on the website. And then also played Distilled again. Haven't played that one for a while. That I'm going to do a review on. That's why I wanted to play it again, because it had been a while since I played it. And actually, I forgot that I never did my review for this. So so sorry about that. I'll get that review up, I promise. Yeah, I was supposed to have this review done a long time ago. I completely forgot about it. But yeah, so
you will have to distill your opinions on this game.
I will. Spoiler alert. It's pretty darn good, especially if you're into like alcohol and stuff, because that's what you're doing. You're distilling alcohol. It's really well done, actually. But more on that in the review. Don't want to spoil the review. Want to make you go read it. Really, that's about it. And just kind of getting ready for Gen Con. Like I said, I got a new camera and SD cards and all that, and we're testing those out and making sure that was working and getting batteries charged and all that fun stuff. So that's really about what I've been up to. What about you?
I was finishing up in DDO. I was finishing up Myth Drannor. Finally got all of those quests done with my Dragon Disciple. So I am still playing with my Dragon Disciple. Then I decided to try Tower of Frost. Let's head on there into the Tower of Frost. And I made my first couple of attempts at this during times in which they were going through peak. So I decided I was going to record Tower of Frost because Myth Drannor I recorded on there. So I thought, my next episode would be Tower of Frost, since that's always an old favorite in there. And I kept on being during peak times, and well, you know what happens during peak times on that server. So it didn't go very well, let's just say, on there. So I eventually gave up on recording that. I said, okay, fine, I'll go and do Trial of the Archons. Now, this was still my first attempt at the Archon Trials was also during peak hours, and that's the one where I lagged super hard during the final boss fight. And it's like after going through all of those trials,
Right.
in there, and then lagging
Oh, that's horrible.
during that final fight and dying in that way. Is like, oh, so that didn't work out very well. Fortunately, today I decided, okay, give one more try to the matter. So I ran Tower of Frost again. This time got through it without any significant lag. There might have been 2 small hiccups in there, but certainly nothing like that horrible lag that I had on last night, where it was just impossible to play. So I managed to get through there, finish that one, got a nice recording on there, and then I went back and ran through Trial of the Archon, and everything was running perfectly well. I was able to get through the entire storyline for that. So finally got through that. So I'm making pretty good progress with my Dragon Disciple, and I'm really having a lot of fun with it, which is rather strange. I try to remember what my opinion of the class was when they first announced it. Because
I don't remember. I'd have to go back and try to figure out what episode that was. Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, it'd be on the announcement on it, because I was thinking, was I hopeful for it, or was this well, maybe I'll check it out? But anyway, I have a lot of fun with that particular character. As for other games, I was playing some Stardew Valley on my latest farm that I had. I managed to finish up by completing every single in-game achievement in there, which is the first time in which I managed to do that. And there are some of those achievements in there that I was looking at them a few months ago and saying, there is no way in the world I'm ever going to do that. But I managed to.
Well, that is awesome. I can't think of one game that I own that I've actually got every achievement.
Yeah, no, when I said every in-game achievement is, I think, what I better make sure you know that.
Oh, in-game. Okay.
Steam added a couple extra achievements that are not in-game. And like one of them is to win a mini game inside of the game called Journey of the Prairie King. Absolutely refuse to go through the trouble of trying to win that game. It is done in sort of it almost feels like an 80's style game, and one of those super hard ones where you got infinite number of enemies constantly coming at you, and my gaming setup is no way in the world I can do that. I can't even think of getting past level 1, much less starting to get past. So winning the entire game is just no. I value my sanity too much to try that. And I was surprised when I found out that was a Steam-only achievement. So I said, okay, I can make my goal the in-game achievements. And that was well enough and good. So I completed that for the first time. And that's it for my weekend gaming. So we currently have 10 supporters on Patreon. And if you'd like to help support DDO players, you can go to the Nature's page. You can support the Players Alliance on Patreon. Your money be used for podcast hosting, website hosting, and to pay for our live shows. And I hear that Drac would love to have some help for Gen Con.
Yes, that would be great. But not necessary, but yeah, that'd be great.
Yes, we'll see. So that he could go and do his recordings and
hopefully
represent it. Yes, and hopefully that the camera will work this time.
Here's hoping.
Yes. If you have any comments, you could send it to us at podcast@ddoplayers.com. The Players Alliance has 2 shows. On Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we record Loach Players News, and we record DDO Players News when Drac is available. You guys join our shows at ddoplayers.com/live. And that's all for tonight. And this is Pipe Needles reminding you to quest responsibly.